else susceptible to that?
What I say about people, is particularly as it relates to raising children, is that they're doing the best they can with what they know to do. And that's just
saying negative things about the other in front of.
Yeah.
That's right.
Not saying it to him or the child.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
like we talked about, you know, I'm not gonna sit and bag mouth Trey's father in front of Trey. Nor is John gonna be doing that too.
Right. I'm not going to do that.
And I'm not gonna badmouth Jalen's mom in front of Jalen, nor am I gonna do that to John. Like that, we not gonna have that dynamic either. So.
And the funny thing about that is even now, at 29 years old and 28 years old, we still don't say anything bad about their biological parents.
It just speaks to maturity because life happens. Life happens to you, and neither one of us are obsolete from or superly protected from becoming in the conditions that those individuals are, right? And being irresponsible or whatever. We're all susceptible to that.
What I say about people, is particularly as it relates to raising children, is that they're doing the best they can with what they know to do. And that's just the reality.
That's powerful.
You know, I don't believe that any of them are, not just talking about this situation, but any of these situations with blended families, that the biological parent or the step parent, any of them, are trying to do harm to the child. I believe that they're doing what they think is right within the capacity that they operate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're doing the best that they can with what they have.
That's critical, but for what I'm also hearing from here is that you also, as a parent, a single parent, you also have to have the tenacity and the integrity to say they're trying, but they're trying in a way that could damage the child. So I've got to put a stop to this, or some type of barrier in between this damage, or damage control, if you will. And so you take on the thing of trying to give him stability by soliciting a family model for yourself in terms of having a husband and you having a wife. And so, these things that try to give the child some stability, right? And so what I heard you say earlier, which I think is so critical for that we share with everyone else, is that you allow the child to make their own determination about the biological parent. You're not going to coach that in such a way that's negative. You're not going to create any of your own agenda essentially with the child in terms of, like, we talked about this, Jalen, in terms of tell her this. If she says this to you, say this, those type of things. And so tell me about that. And then we're going to talk about my favorite part of the session is the children's perspective of what they went through and who they are now. So tell me about that in terms of, you were allowed to have your own interpretation of your father, your biological father. And what was that like for you?
It was difficult because it was weird, because when you see things, a lot of things you see on TV is the person bad mouthing the other one, or saying like, I do this better than your dad or whatever. But she didn't try to force me to have a relationship with him, but she always encouraged me. Even to this day, she encourages me to leave the door open for a relationship with him. Like, so it was times growing up when I was like, forget him. Like, I don't want to see him anymore. I've been upset too many times. Like, I'm done with him. And she'll be like, don't do that. Think about it. Like, she never, the thing is, I feel like I hate when people say that she never used the excuse like, he's your father. So made it seem like it was an obligation to me to have a relationship with him because he's my biological father. And I feel like that was awesome, because that's not a stipulation, have to have a relationship with somebody, in my opinion. People may not believe it or whatever. In my opinion, that shouldn't be a stipulation for you to put up if someone's not healthy for you just because they're biologically related to you. So for her to still be like, Trey, when was the last time you talked to your dad? Or anybody over there, when the last time you talked to your grandparents on that side? And I'll say it's been a while. She'll be like, are you going to reach out? She'll make suggestions, but it will never be like, she'll never make me do anything. She'll make suggestions. She'll always plant a seed, and then every once in a while she'll come and water it. And I found myself time to time reaching out to him. He called, I'll answer. I invited him to my wedding. I invited him to the milestone of my life because of her. it really, not because she made me, just because those seeds she was always watering with me growing up. Like, don't be bitter. Like, having, like, to me, having anger towards somebody is like you drinking poison and expecting them to die. Like, so it's like all you doing is hurting yourself more by trying to hold a grudge against this person for whatever reason, whatever they did. And so it was weird just because it was different. It wasn't what I expect. Looking back and seeing how she treated my relationship with my biological father wasn't what I expected it to be. But it turned out to be positive for me. I feel like as a person, because like you said, it let me make my own decision, form my own opinion of him that I don't feel like she never forced on me, and I was able to develop it on my own growing up.
Sounds like part of you wanted to be like, hey, mom, you should be angry with me.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It was like you should be
He
like,
did you just
yeah,
like this too.
exactly.
You know, we're here
Like,
because of him.
I'm your
right,
son.
right,
Like, you
right.
should be helping me
Right.
out. You should be defending me when he tells me this is gonna happen and it doesn't happen, and you see me get upset. You should be like, Trey, yeah, we're done with him. But it's like you're that person that's like, don't be like that. Don't harden your heart. Like, don't be like that. Like, always leave the door open. Don't burn bridges. Was mainly both of them taught me growing up. Don't burn bridges, because you never know when you may need to cross that bridge for something. So don't burn it.
You know, my mom used to always say it's like you separate your values from a value in a situation, right? Don't lose your values because you're going through.
Hey guys, it's Pastor John here. Please, if you like this video that you just saw, hit that like button for us. Second thing I want to ask you to do is to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're putting out videos once a day at about 5:30 p.m. Hit that bell notification so that you'll know when a new video has been uploaded. And then the final thing to do, share this video, share this information. If you know somebody that has a need that it can be benefited by it, please put it out in circulation so that we can try to help as many people as possible. Thanks, and God bless.